So in this section, what I really want to focus on is going through the 5 rules that everyone should follow in their life. Now, if you've read the book and you've created rules, I'd love to hear your #1 rule. If you love the rules, just, hit the love here. Give us some love. Give us some shares. Share this with your friends who need 5 rules for their life. The 5 rules that are going to make them more successful. That's what I want to hear from you guys, is how you're implementing the rules from the Perfect Day Formula into your book. For example, here's one of the rules that I follow. So this right now is a box of water. A box of water, not a bottle of water, but a box. I'm drinking out of a cardboard box, just like old school milk containers, I suppose. Why do I drink out of a box of water? Well, it's one of my personal rules, health rules for life. I don't drink out of plastic water bottles because, from what I understand, there's a lot of negative effects of drinking out of plastic water. So you have the BPAs, I believe, is a chemical that can disrupt your endocrine system. It can mess up your testosterone levels in a man. It can play with your estrogen levels in a woman. It just has a lot of negative effects. And so if you're drinking like 8 bottles of water over the course of the day, there's probably some harm that you're doing to your system. So I read about that, and then I discovered this boxed water. There's this one called Just Water, and there's one actually called Boxed Water that I buy from time to time, and I drink these as often as possible. I carry this one to the through TSA, and I fill up the water in the airport so that I'm not buying bottled water. So that is one of my personal health rules. And you see what that does? It allows you to eliminate so much discipline, temptation, willpower, all that stuff. So thank you so much for your comments saying hi there. I think Shanda just said hi. I think some other people, I think Corporal Francis is on here. It's always good to talk to you. A lot of my TT trainers. So very, very good to hear from you. And now let's get into the 5 perfect rules. We got a question?
One more.
Oh, one more question. One more comment. Hi, Craig. Thank you for the valuable wisdom. I got my Perfect Day Formula kit in the mail the other day. Looking forward to diving in. This is Anna. Thank you so much, Anna. You are awesome. So Perfect Day Formula kit, if you don't have it, it is the next level of the book. And it's actually a perfect segue in here because I talk a lot about helping you develop your rules for your life in the kit. I show you exactly how to do it. And you've maybe read my article. It's been shared over 6,000 times. It's the 12 rules that I live by. Now, you don't need 12 rules. But what I want you to understand here is that you're creating the personal commandments for your life. The 10 commandments for your life, or the 6 rules of your operating system to make you more successful. So where do you start, Craig? What are these 5 rules that everyone needs? So we're going to start with 5, and we're going to apply these to a morning routine from my good friend, my mentor, Bedros Keuilian. So I recently read an interview with Bedros about the 5 rules that he follows and how he implements those into his morning routine. So if you're a fan of Bedros, let us know. Comment down below. Say you've watched his live streams. He's the guy who's encouraging me to do this today. So if you want to blame somebody, blame Bedros. If you were at Fitness Business Summit, just say, hey, I had an amazing time at Fitness Business Summit on the weekend. I spoke a couple of times, and this is one of the sections that I talked about. So here we go. The 5 rules that you need in place for you to be more successful in life. It's going to start off with the #1 rule that everyone should have and everyone should follow, and that's having a regular wake-up time and a regular bedtime. Now, I usually say this is go to bed and get up at the same time every day, 7 days a week. But then I thought, wait a minute, you can't go to bed and get up at the same time because that doesn't sound right. So what you need to do is have a regular bedtime, that you go to bed at the same time every night and you get up at the same time every morning. Now, listen, I know that sounds boring, and I know people think I'm boring, and I know that you'd be right because I am boring. But listen, you're going to do this because I resisted this for 7 years. So I was like 25 years old when I first heard about it from Mark Ford, the owner of Early to Rise, and I resisted it. And you know what? Because I resisted it, I would go to sleep on Friday and Saturday nights at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I would get up at about 11 o'clock in the morning, and then on Monday morning I had to get up at 4:30 to go and do my personal training. And so I couldn't fall asleep on Sunday night. I would toss and turn because I woke up so late. And then I'd wake up on Monday, I'd be so tired, and then I would be dragging my butt all day long. I'd be so tired at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then probably around Wednesday or maybe Thursday, I'd be back to normal. It would take me days to recover. And that's no way to go through life. And so when I finally started going to bed at about 11 o'clock and getting up at 7 o'clock every single day of the week, I had all day energy like never before. It was the number one thing you can do to have all day energy better than ever before. So if you've done that, if you've tried it, let me know what your go to bed hours and your waking up hours are. Let me know if you have trouble with it, because I'm going to show you that you can do this even if you have a busy social schedule. Because here's the number one thing. The number one thing is to get up at the same time every day. Now, I know that everybody's going to have social events that keep them up. I mean, just a fitness business summit, I was up later than my normal bedtime every single night I was there. But I stuck as closely as possible to my wake-up time, because you don't want to get off that wake-up time, because then when you try and go back to it, it's going to be really hard, and you get all messed up. Humans love routine. We love to eat at the same time. We love to go to bed and get up at the same time. And when we do that, our bodies and our energy levels operate even better. We got another question? We got another question here. So this one's from Larry White. Larry, I love hearing from you. You're an early riser and I'm a night owl. Can I shift your morning routine to before bed? What are the pros and cons of that? Great question. Now here's the thing, Larry. One of my best friends, Joel Marion, is a night owl. We've tried everything to try and get him to do a morning routine, and it doesn't work for him. Now, he runs a very large supplement company between the hours of 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. every day. I know, it's so funny. And even funnier is when I would stay at his house down in Florida, as I often did, and often still do. I was just there the other week. His office is right beside the spare bedroom that I stay in. So I'll get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'll go to my work desk, and he'll be going to bed at 4 o'clock, and we'll pass like 2 ships in the night. Or if you're an old school cartoon fan like me, you remember on the Looney Tunes when the 2 sheepdogs, one guy would punch in, hey Fred, hey Earl, and they would, one guy would punch in and one guy would punch out, and they looked the exact same. That's my story for it. But anyways, we would do that. We have different routines or different times, but we still are proactive. We still control our time. We still cope with what we can't control, and we concentrate on what counts. So Joel, he has young kids. He spends his time with these young kids before he goes to work. And he spends time with them during the day. He just flips the script, and you can do that. Now, I will say one thing, though. It takes more discipline to be a night owl than it takes to get up early. And I know what you're thinking. Man, no, it doesn't. I mean, I could stay up all night long. Yes, you can stay up all night long. I like nighttime. It's funny. I like nighttime and I like morning time. I just hate the afternoons. If I could sleep during the afternoons, I would do that. But it's just too awkward. So what I do is I get up early. Now, Joel, on the other hand, he flips it. And he builds in his morning routine. So he does some of the stuff I'm going to talk about in the afternoon. And then he does some of it before he goes to bed. So you can take these principles and apply them because you control it. There was a great quote from a guy named Ryan Holiday who talks a lot about Stoic philosophy, and he has this great email, The Daily Stoic, and one of the lines that he had in there was talking about controlling what you can, and he says, we control the end of the story, always. You control the end of the story. So even if the story starts out with your boss being a jerk, you control how it ends. You can react and get in a fight with them and then possibly lose your job, or you can control it by being positive. So you control how the story ends. You control how your morning starts, how your evening ends. And so why I was saying that it's very difficult to have discipline to be a night owl is that, maybe you have a spouse, you have kids, they want to do stuff at night. Oh, but this is my magic time. I really want to be working here. Oh, but I want you to watch a movie with me. I want you to watch this cool new show on HBO. Okay, I'll put it off for a little bit. And that's why, the next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and you're kind of ready for bed if you're a night owl, or maybe you have an hour or two of work that you can do, but you've really missed out on it because there's just so many more temptations at night. Whereas when you get up early in the morning, even if you're just getting up at 7:30, you don't have to get up crazy early, but if you're getting up where nobody else is around to distract you, you have way more discipline, way fewer distractions, and that's why you're able to get ahead with the morning routine. So I'm not going to force anybody to change, but I want you to know that you can take these rules and put them into the perfect day routine, perfect morning routine, perfect night owl routine. It doesn't matter. It's all about you controlling the rules and how they get implemented into your life. So all the way back to the start here. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. That was a great one from Larry. Happy to help. And we're going to go into how Bedros uses these 5 rules to dominate his mornings. So when I first met him, he'd get up about 6:30. I mean, he's very successful already. By no means did I change and make him more successful. But he was already successful. He had the franchise started. We started spending time together in about 2010 when we started one of our coaching programs. And we've been working together for 7 years. And we've had probably 100 dinners together. And so he would see my routines. He'd see my discipline. We'd talk about everything from morning routines. We'd see each other in the gym, in the hotel where we were staying at our masterminds. And, it would be a lot of crossover. And so he started taking up my discipline. And then he started implementing the bedtime rule. And so now he goes to bed at 10 o'clock every night. He gets up at 5 a.m. every single day. And he said in a recent interview that going to bed and getting up at the same time every single day is the #1 thing you must do to change your life right now. It's going to give you that all-day energy. So again, if you like that, if you love that principle, just let us know. Hit that like and love. Share this because I'm going into the 4 extra rules right now. So now we know Bedros. He's a high achiever. He's got 300 or 400 or 500 franchises in Fit Body Boot Camp. He's doing amazing things, and he still gets home on time for dinner at 4 o'clock every single day. It's amazing. He is awesome. So if you love Bedros, hit the love as well, because that guy deserves some, because he's helping so many people. He had over 1,000 people at his Fitness Business Summit. And you're probably thinking, how the heck can a guy do all of this? I'm struggling right now with an 8-hour job or, one business, one location. How the heck is he doing it? And it starts with number 2, really getting ahead of the game and focusing on your #1 priority first thing in the morning. So that's what he does. Now, he does it a little bit differently than I do. So in my morning routine, I go straight to the computer. I go to my computer, I start writing, I put together my 1,000 or 1,500 words for the day, because that's my #1 priority in life as an author, as a coach, as a person who puts out a lot of content, even scripting some of the stuff we're talking about today. That's my #1 priority. For him, his #1 priority is getting his mind right, getting centered for the day before he goes and sits at his work desk and dominates his morning. So here's what he does. He comes down and he takes part in the 3-step ritual for a perfect morning routine. And those 3 steps go like this: cleanse, center, and kickstart. Remember that. Cleanse, center, and kickstart. So he comes down, he drinks a liter of water, first thing. Cleanse. So you cleanse yourself physically, or you can cleanse yourself spiritually or mentally. You can go down and read the Bible for 5 minutes. But whatever it is, we must start our day by cleansing ourselves. You could be journaling, getting all the thoughts out of your mind. So let me know, how do you cleanse? What do you do first thing in the morning? Do you drink water? Do you drink water with lemon? Do you do gratitude journaling? Do you do spiritual work? What do you do first thing in the morning to cleanse your mind and your body to get ready for the day? So what I do is I make a drink of Organifi greens powder, glutamine, and vitamin C, ice cold water, shake that up. That's my antioxidant cocktail cleanse to start the day. That's step 1 of my morning routine before I go and focus on my most important priority. So Bedros comes down, he drinks his water. The next thing he does is he takes his amazing dog Cookie, who will soon have an Instagram account if I have anything to do with it. I posted a photo of Cookie yesterday on my Instagram account, and soon Cookie, the amazing wonder dog that is Bedros Keuilian's dog, will have an Instagram account. I don't know if Bally's ever going to get one. He might be a little too old for that, but he's been on Facebook quite a bit. So Bedros goes outside with Cookie. He throws the ball. They play fetch for a while. He just chills out. He's relaxing. That is his centering routine for the day. That's where he gets his mind right. That's where we go, okay, now it's game on. I need to get focused. Centering routine. What is your centering routine? Again, it could be journaling. It could be any of that stuff. It could be meditation. How do you center yourself for the day so that you're saying to yourself, okay, now it's time to get serious. So for me, what I do is I come down and before I get to my cleansing thing, I actually do mine backwards. I do centering, then cleansing. So I come down the stairs. My dog is waiting for me there. I actually lie down on the floor, and good old Bally dog climbs up on my chest. This guy here, he's a lot bigger now. He's about 70 pounds, but he climbs up on my chest, and he goes, and he puts his head on my chest and just goes, and then I pet him for a bit, and he wags his tail, and then he gets up and he puts one of his giant paws right there to wake me up. But anyways, that's the first thing I do, and that says to me, okay, morning has started, let's get going. I go into the kitchen, I make that antioxidant cocktail, I cleanse myself nutritionally, and then I move on to the third part of the day, which is kickstart. So Bedros has done his cleansing, his water, he has done his centering routine of playing fetch with Cookie. Now he does 5 minutes of gratitude. He just writes down things he's grateful for, and that kickstarts his day. It gets his mind right, so he goes right into work and dominates his day. For me, I open up the computer. As soon as I open up the computer, I open up a Word document, and I listen to the same music every single day when I write. It is a 1967 recording of Arthur Rubinstein, a guy who plays the piano, playing Chopin's Nocturnes, and I listen to that every single day while I'm writing my articles to you. So what do you listen to when you're writing? What do you do? What's your three-step routine? Remember, it's cleanse, center, kickstart. What do you do to focus in the morning? And so that is how we have a perfect morning routine. We go in to our number one priority in life. So that's a long story to get to our second rule, which is focus on your number one priority in life for at least 15 minutes in the morning. Could be a problem you need to overcome, could be an opportunity to take advantage of, but what I want you to do is go down to your kitchen table, pen and paper, and focus on that. If it's a marketing plan for your boot camp, you're going to do that. If it's how to get out of $3,000 worth of credit card debt, you focus on that. You come up with information on that. You just focus. And if you spend 15 minutes a day, 6 days a week, that's 72 hours in a year of clear, uninterrupted thinking on your number one priority in life. So that's rule number 2, 15 minutes of focus. We got another question coming in from Jala.
A couple of questions.
Oh my goodness, lots of questions. Sean Francis, about time. 15 minutes of infrared sauna plus meditation plus visualization. That is how he kickstarts his day. So let's go back and see how Sean applies it to the cleanse. The cleanse is the sauna. His centering routine is a meditation, and he kickstarts his day with visualization. That is a beautiful routine. Joey Stewart, you are the man, Craig. Thank you, Joey. I really appreciate it. Saw Joey a lot at FBS. Awesome to see you. Going to see you in September in Atlanta at your event. It's going to be amazing. What is your Instagram account name? It is, and I love the fact that I have the word real in it because it makes me like more of a celebrity. So it's Real Craig Ballantyne. Instagram.com/Real Craig Ballantyne. And sometimes I do video where I don't turn the sound on, like I did the other day, and people think I'm an idiot. I'm not an idiot, I'm just incompetent, and I will slowly become less incompetent over time. So that is my Instagram name. And Linda Good says, my morning cleanse is lemon, apple cider vinegar, and honey and warm water. That is a perfect start to the day. As soon as that's the cleanse, kickstart, and center routine all rolled up into one. I love it. So thank you, Linda, Joey, and Sean. Awesome. All right. So we've got our 2 rules down. First thing you do is make sure you have that consistent bedtime routine. Second thing is that you wake up just 15 minutes early. So if you're getting up at 7 right now, get up at 6:45 and spend at least 15 minutes focusing on your number one priority in life, just like Bedros does. And remember, you don't have to get up at 5 a.m. I get up earlier than that, but you don't have to. It's not about the hour you get up. Like Larry said, he's a night owl. It's what you do with the hours that you are up. Very important. Do you like that? Do you love that one? I love that one. So share that quote. It's not about the hours that the hour that you get up. It's about what you do with the hours that you are up. That is the perfect way of doing things. Okay? If you love that one, share it, love it, like it, do all the crazy things. Do one of those surprise faces. I love all of those really great things that you guys are doing. So Instagram is Instagram.com/Real Craig Ballantyne. So it's not the fake one, it's the real one. All right, so third rule is a simple foundational health rule. Everyone needs a simple foundational health rule. It could be like you follow the paleo diet. It could be that you do Tabata workouts 6 days a week. It could be that you train heavy strength training 3 days a week. And as long as you follow that one foundational health rule, it's a great reminder to make sure that you do all of those other things. It could be that you walk the dog for 30 minutes a day. It could be that you do meditation for 20 minutes a day. It just needs to be one thing, one foundational health rule that you have, that you follow, that is going to make the biggest difference in your life. Because I know what you're thinking. There's a million things I can do to improve my health. I know. Let's just focus on one big thing. Do that one thing, and then everything else is going to come together. So pick yours. I'd love to hear what yours is. Mine is, I would definitely say that I follow a paleo diet 95% of the time. Okay, so sometimes I have like a Zevia soda, and there's no way that any caveman was drinking that stuff, so I get pretty close to it. But yes, I saw that crazy face that just came across. I love that one. So let me know your number one health rule. Is it a diet that you follow, a workout program that you make sure to do? Do you go to Fit Body Boot Camp 3 days a week? That can be another one. What do you do as your number one foundational health rule? I'd love to hear that. All right, so we got the 3 rules in place. 4th rule now, here we go. This is that you need to focus on your number one wealth building activity every single day. Now at Early to Rise, my business, we make sure that we're helping people improve their health, their wealth, and live a better life every single day. And so we want to hear from you, what's your number one wealth building activity? And are you doing it every day? That's the rule that you have to have in place. So let's say you're a personal trainer. Are you sending out emails to your list saying, hey, I have a slot open here? Are you building leads and generating clients? Are you asking for referrals every day? You need to be doing the number one thing that's going to bring you more clients into your business, in addition to, of course, providing amazing service. For me, I need to be generating referrals for my Perfect Life workshops. I need to be doing consultation calls because that is my number one project right now, is my Perfect Life workshops. How can I get people into these life-changing events that really, really help them? So I need to be sending emails. I need to be asking for referrals. I need to be doing the consultation calls. That's my number one wealth building stuff, even doing Facebook Lives like this. So are you doing the number one wealth building activity in your business every single day? If you're a financial advisor, are you getting new clients? Are you doing the right things with your clients' money? Make sure that you're doing that every single day. 6 days a week, not 7, 6 days a week. And yes, I said 6, not 5. Because, listen, I'll tell you a secret. Saturday mornings, if you give yourself an hour or 2 of work on Saturday mornings before anybody else is up, you're going to have no distractions. You're going to focus on that Saturday morning sunrise session. You are going to make so much progress because nobody else is working. You're going to get ahead of the competition. You don't have to work all day. You can take Friday afternoons off and work Saturday mornings. That is one of the keys to success. I'm serious. Nobody knows about it, but do it. Take a Friday afternoon, relax, go and do a little bit of work on Saturday morning. You'll get ahead of the game. You will dominate your competition. If you like that one, let me know. I'd love to hear that. Or let me know your secret for your number one wealth building activity. So now we go into our 5th rule. And our 5th rule, like our 5th rock of success, is the most important one of all. And your 5th rule is to have a not to-do list, or not to-do rule. Everyone needs a not to-do list. And I talk about that a lot in my book. You know, don't check email first thing. Don't gossip. Don't get in arguments with people that don't matter. Don't drink a lot of alcohol or eat a lot of food that makes you feel unwell. I'm about to sneeze. Okay, no, I'm not. All right, so don't do those things that throw you off your day. Everyone should follow that list. But everyone has one vice, one temptation that sucks us down, that really holds us back. And so we need to have a rule around that vice. So I know so many people that struggle with 3 or 4 glasses of wine at night. They wake up every morning groggy. Oh my goodness. Every morning I just am no good until 11 o'clock. Well, it's because they're making mistakes at night. So they should have a rule in their life that they don't drink on work nights, or they don't drink from Sunday through Thursday. They have a little bit of alcohol on the weekends. That's fine. But listen, have a rule in place. Tell the world. Get accountability. So I've jumped ahead a little bit with Bedros' 5 rules, but I didn't mention his 3rd one, which is that he works out 6 days a week. And I didn't mention his number one wealth building activity is that he makes sure he sits down at his kitchen table and he dominates his routine. He sends emails. He does Facebook Lives. He does those things from about 6 till 9 in the morning. And then he makes sure that all of that is possible by following his 5th rule. His not to do rule is never to hit snooze. And he has an amazing saying about this. He says, and I want you to take this into serious consideration, to never hit snooze again, because he says if you hit snooze, you're telling your hopes and dreams and goals that they're not important. They can wait. Forget about that. You need to stop hitting snooze. If you set the alarm for 6 o'clock, get up at 6 o'clock because that's the time you wanted to get up. It's like people who set their clocks ahead 5 minutes or behind 5 minutes because that helps them be somewhere. And you don't need to do that. Accurate time, no snoozing. Let's get serious, all right? So let's make a rule about that. So if you don't hit the snooze button, hit love or tell me that you don't, Or if you do hit snooze, or if you had to overcome hitting snooze, I'd love to hear your secrets to pass on to the world, because I know so many people that struggle with the snooze button. So what I've done is I put the phone actually out in the living room, and it's loud enough that it wakes me up. So by the time I walk over there, I'm wide awake. Or you can get one of those Philips alarm clocks. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but those like put natural amounts of light into your room, so they wake you up naturally. Or I know one guy that had the sonic boom alarm put on his phone. And yes, he is married, and he did not want that one to come on. So it's like it came on after his other alarm. And the sonic boom is exactly what it sounds like. It's the loudest alarm ever. And so he knew that if he wanted to stay married, he had to get up, turn his phone off, and make sure that the sonic boom alarm didn't go off, that would go off if he hit snooze. So those are the things. I'd love to hear your tips and tricks for making sure that you don't hit snooze. So let's walk through those 5 rules again for a perfect morning routine or a perfect night owl routine. Normal bedtime, regular wake up time, 7 days a week. Second rule, 15 minutes of focus on your number one priority in life every morning, 6 days a week, 15 minutes a day, 72 hours in a year of clear, uninterrupted thinking. That's how you're going to get ahead. All right, third rule, foundational health rule. Make sure you have one foundational health rule that sets in motion all of your other foundational health behaviors. Fourth rule, focus on your number one wealth building activity every single day so that you end every day richer and wealthier than you started. And then finally, your fifth rule, the most important rule of all, having a not to do rule. So those are your 5 rules in place. Let's take some questions.